Okay, so I lied. I'm gonna make a motorcycle video today. We'll get to my birthday surprise present later in the next video, maybe next week sometime. So, guys, today I want to talk about like my 4-month experience riding motorcycles, just as a whole. Not just my Harley Davidson experience, because if you've watched any of my videos, you know that Harley Davidson is my brand that I chose. I love Harley Davidsons, but I do like motorcycles as a whole. So eventually, maybe I'll own another motorcycle that's not Harley Davidson. I'm not 100% sure. I'm trying to get past these people here, but yeah, I wanted to talk about my 4-month experience. First thing I have to say, it's been amazing and terrifying all at the same damn time. I've made a lot of mistakes, but I have to say, riding a motorcycle is the most rewarding thing that I've done in a long time, especially like when it comes to just being free, just blocking everything out and just riding. Like it's just a freeing experience that it's hard to explain if you've never ridden a motorcycle, but everyone that rides, they know. It's just like a feeling like no other. But okay, so let's start from the beginning, right? I first bought a motorcycle in March. My first ever motorcycle was the Iron 883. I only had that thing for about a month, and well, I quickly realized that it was not the motorcycle for me. Now, the Iron 883 is a great ass motorcycle. I'm not complaining about like the look of it. It's more of just the performance. I underestimated my skills that I had and my abilities, and went with something without doing much research. Like I knew I wanted a Harley Davidson, and well, the price was looking pretty good on the Iron 883, so I ended up getting that. Now that's kind of going to lead into my first ever now that's going to lead into like the beginning part of it, right? To where the buying process. Now the buying process was easy. It's honestly better than buying a car. It didn't take as long, but I made a crap ton of mistakes because I am a very impatient person. If you've watched some of my other videos, I've mentioned this before. I make a lot of mistakes buying stuff, right? And typically they're small items. They're like small ticket items. They're not anything that's like on the level of a motorcycle, right? And especially for this Lowrider S, nothing on that level. So I made 2 mistakes, and I've made the same mistake twice riding motorcycles, and that was during the buying process. I went into it just freaking like all giddy like a school child, man. And that's the worst thing you can do. Anyone that's in the buying world that sells motorcycles, or let's say cars, they tell you take the emotions out of it, right? Walk away. So that's what happened to me. I got a bad interest rate, even though my credit score was like 790. And it wasn't like my credit score was 790 at the time of purchasing both of the motorcycles. Now it dropped a tiny bit when I bought the Lowrider S. Well, maybe not, because it didn't maybe show up this. I don't know. I'm not familiar, but my credit score was still over 790, right? So you would think with a credit score of close to 800, you would have a really good interest rate, right? But see, I knew this for a long time, that dealerships are allowed to hold against your interest rate. So I can't remember how much, but I'm pretty sure it's like 2%, 3% or something like that. So, but anyways, my interest rate, I didn't pay attention. And I got an interest rate after looking at the paperwork. I got an interest rate of like 8%, which shocked me when I went back and looked at the papers. And honestly, I don't even remember talking about it. I remember talking about it when I bought the Iron 883. I don't think it was 8%. Maybe it was maybe it was 8%. But I sat there, and I was just so excited that I was getting a motorcycle finally, that I wasn't truly paying attention. I just agreed to everything. So yes, I put money down on both of the motorcycles I put $2,000 down on the Iron 883. It was only an $8,000 motorcycle, and yeah, still got a crappy interest rate because I wasn't paying attention. Now, a month later, I traded in the Iron 883 and got the Lowrider S. Same deal. I put money back down on this one. I lost maybe $1,000 on the Iron 883, which was unfortunate, but that's the price you pay for not one, paying attention, two, being just like giddy like a schoolgirl, and wanting something now, being impatient. So I lost $1,000 on the Iron 883. I put $4,000 down on the Lowrider S, and well, again, I forgot to freaking talk about the interest rate. And I've never done this with any other like dealership, right? It was just the fact that Harley Davidson is my dream bike, and I was not thinking straight. So any other time, like my Jeep, my interest rate is like 4% or something like that, and that was the highest interest rate I've ever had. I've had two Volkswagen GTIs. The first ever interest rate, matter of fact, the first one and my second one, both interest rates was 1.5 because I qualified for their for some type of program. People that had really good credit, I qualified for the little program that they had promotion or whatever. So yeah, this was the first time I've ever, the Jeep was the first time I've had an interest rate over 3% or over 2%, I would say that. And then this motorcycle is where I really got my butt kicked because I wasn't paying attention. I didn't ask the questions. But overall, the buying experience was good. Like, it was quick and easy. Even when I traded in, quick, easy. Everyone's super polite. And I do business at Sonoma County Harley Davidson. They're super awesome. Every time I've gone in for service, they're always awesome. I actually love going there. I would hang out there if this whole pandemic wasn't going on, because everyone that I've met there is super cool. But anyway, that was the whole buying experience. I gotta just smack myself because I made a crap ton of mistakes, and in the buying process, it was nothing they did. They did their job to get the best possible deal for the dealership, and well, I didn't get the best possible deal for myself. But anyways, okay, moving on.